which to the president is undertaking a massive strike. Blatant as the threat is, the U.S. government has not otherwise publicly acknowledged the bomber buildup, though B-2 bombers were used to carry out strikes on underground Houthi facilities in Yemen, both under the Biden and Trump administrations. The forward deployment of the bombers to the island of Diego Garcia was only reported when commercial satellite images of the airbase there revealed the 6 on the runway. So understand, guys, what this means. This is not subtle. This is not up in the air. When Trump has been running around saying we're going to attack Iran, he means it. The other thing is, remember, he's taken hundreds of millions of dollars from the pro-Israel lobby, and the pro-Israel lobby has been telling him for years, we want you to attack Iran. Quote, to my knowledge, this is the largest B-2 deployment to a forward location. Hans Christensen, director of the Nuclear Information Project at the Federation of American Scientists, told me. Christensen is the world's leading tracker of nuclear comings and goings. All the bombers, they're not in hangars, they're underneath satellites where they can be photographed and seen. And the idea is, do you see our sword? Retired Air Force Brigade General Blaine Holt, who served as deputy U.S. military representative to NATO, said in an interview with Newsmax last week. Holt also said that the B-2 deployment gives the president a military option that he can actually use these weapons against Iran if needed. This is a highly visible threat to Tehran, but at least one party isn't supposed to notice. The American people, that's right. So they are trying to hide this from you. This is your tax money. This is our weapons. This is a guy who half the time on the campaign trail pretended like he was going to be anti-war. And now here we are. They're trying to hide this fact from you. By the way, Trump keeps saying, like, they got to make a deal. If they don't make a deal, we're going to bomb them. Make what deal? We had a deal with them. They followed it perfectly over a dozen times. You ripped it up. So we get in a deal with them. We violate the deal. We pull out of the deal. And now the same person that pulled out of it is saying, I demand you get into another deal. Why would they do that? You've already shown you're not good to your word. The U.S. is not good to its treaties. Like, it would be comical at this point for them to pretend like we are acting in good faith. That's the thing. We are not acting in good faith. We're just not. So understand, we are the problem in this instance. The idea that what? Iran is going to attack Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Like, who are we kidding? No, of course. They're not a threat to us. It's that Israel is our ally, and the Israel lobby pays us a tremendous amount of money, and they want to get rid of Iran. That's what this comes down to. This is a highly visible threat to Tehran, but at least one party isn't supposed to notice, the American people. The Pentagon refuses to acknowledge that the deployment is even happening. Trump's new Pentagon press secretary, Sean Parnell, has only vaguely alluded to other air assets being deployed. It has announced that 2 aircraft carriers will stay in the region, the result of a delay in sending one home after its current deployment. According to Google Trends, searches for terms like B-2 and war with Iran have only modestly increased, indicating that public curiosity has been suppressed despite Donald Trump's many threats to attack his enemies. Look, and honestly, this is also a media problem and a Democrat problem. Because when Trump goes out there and repeatedly, we're going to attack Iran, we're going to do it, you are the opposition party. You're supposed to do opposition. You're supposed to say, look at this insane thing he said. He means it. We're against this. Let's fight back every single step of the way. And if you're in the media, your job is to put the onus and the spotlight on the issues that are the most important. And unfortunately, our media has no moral compass, or their moral compass broke. And so sometimes they miss the obvious stories. Like, for example, when Signalgate happened, that was a big deal. Absolutely. And it should have been a big deal. But there was an even bigger scandal, which is the United States illegally bombing Yemen in the first place. That was wildly illegal, completely unconstitutional. They did it anyway. They ended up killing innocent civilians, and the media didn't treat that like the scandal it was. They had to wait until Signalgate to then act like Signalgate overrides just the bombing of Yemen. Both things are scandals, and the one that should have got even more outrage was the bombing itself. War crimes on a regular basis, and we act like we grandfather that in, like we're allowed to do it, and it's okay. What are you, crazy? This is one of the many reasons why the world hates us right now. And so Democrats, wake up. I can't even tell you guys, when was the last time you heard a Democratic politician say Greenland? When was the last time you heard a Democratic politician say Panama? Seriously, when have they said Gaza? When have they said Gaza? When have they mentioned Mahmoud Khalil? It's sometimes they do, but it's rare, right? Like, I need you to wake up. I need you to realize what we're witnessing. We are witnessing a robber baron coup and a fascist takeover. That's what we're witnessing. And if you're not realizing that, then your reaction is not going to match the moment. And we need your reaction to match the moment, right? So this is where the media, I mean, they have the potential to put all the spotlight on this, to really talk about it, to really apply pressure to Trump. The Democrats have the ability to really apply pressure to Trump. No war with Iran, no war with Iran, no war with Iran, right? But instead, he says it, nobody even really talks about it, and then we move along. Meanwhile, they are literally preparing for that war. Ken continues, why B-2s? The B-2 was first designed during the Cold War to penetrate deep into Russian territory for a nuclear attack. The aircraft stealth features, making it all but invisible to conventional radar, allow it to evade even the most sophisticated air defenses. Subsequent to its deployment, the bomber was modified so that it could take on unique conventional roles as well, especially in attacking underground facilities. So, again, the idea is whatever sort of nuclear capability that they have underground, we want to destroy their nuclear facilities. That's the idea. Now, understand something. Under international law, Iran has a right to enrich uranium. They're only allowed to enrich it to the point where they could do power for their power grid, for their people, and they could do scientific research. Anything above that, according to the previous Iran deal, they weren't allowed to do, right? Trump ripped that up. So now they can do whatever the fuck they want with it. And now he's threatening a massive war. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm so tired of living through history. Can we pump the fucking brakes here just a little bit? Really? We have to have a stock market collapse, the dollar plummet, prices skyrocket, countless wars on the radar all at the same time, the destruction of the Constitution and due process and shipping people to a gulag in El Salvador. All of this has to happen at the same time. Give it a rest. Shout out to Ken for this story. This is a big deal. Everybody should be talking about it. Spread it around as much as humanly possible. They are literally involved in the preparation right this moment to bomb Iran. They're already putting things in place to bomb Iran. This is a 5-alarm fire. Everybody needs to wake up. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.